What do you love about Lord of the Rings? Everything.
You just took a word out of my mouth. I stumbled on Lord of the Rings, 1985.
How old are you?
Maybe 52.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was, and yet your hair's better than mine. I was 2 years old.
2 years old?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not.
I'm 39.
Okay.
I know.
Well, I'm in my grandmother and grandfather's house in Cranberry, New Jersey, great state of New Jersey. I go up into the cedar closet. I literally remember this moment.
Oh my gosh.
So what was I then? I don't even know. 14, 13, maybe it was before 85. So I'm almost a teenager. I stumble into this old cedar closet, and I see the stack of books, and it's the Ballantine translations with great art of Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, Return of the King. There's yellowed curtains and a beam of sunlight. I'm telling you, Matt, it's like cedar smell of the closet.
Absolutely, yeah.
Sunbeam falls on the Lord of the Rings books, which were all weathered because my dad's one of 10. So all my uncles, my aunts read the books in the 70s, and I pick them up and the maps. And, I just dove in, and man, it's transcendence, right? And it's like, it's this going out into this mystical world that's so strange, but you feel like it's not. I mean, Tolkien said, I discovered Middle-earth. I didn't invent it.
What a guy.
Yeah.
He was always saying cool stuff like that.
He was. Everything he said.
My dad was in the Navy, the Australian Navy, and he said that there was a line of men who would read the book once someone else was done.
Wow.
So you were like in line to read the Lord of the Rings when somebody else was done. It just made me think how much more interesting my father's generation is to the idiots today who just
passing around,
destroy their brains on TikTok or YouTube or whatever.
Well, just even the discipline to read the whole thing. I'll be honest, because I started it as a teen, made it halfway through Two Towers, and because Tolkien writes in such a detailed fashion, and you're feeling it, I couldn't do it. I couldn't finish. I returned maybe post-college, read through halfway through Two Towers, and I'm so invested, I'm exhausted. I'm feeling like Frodo and Sam. Pause. And then my third entry into it, probably my 30s, finished it, and as soon as I finished it, I wanted to start reading it all over again. Yeah. And it gave me that melancholia at the end. We talked about it the other day when Sam, oh my gosh, well, just, the sound of the waves, the sound of the gulls of the Grey Havens, his return home. Yeah, you're bawling, and you're like, oh, I don't want this to end. So then you dip into the appendices. Have you discovered the appendices?
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I think that's too hardcore for me.
Well, don't read it all. You jump to the timeline where you find out what happens to each of these characters. Do you know what happens to them?
No.
Sam becomes mayor of the Shire like 8 times.
Oh, yeah. I knew that.
Gimli and Legolas, they build a ship at the Grey Havens and sail into the Blessed Realm. Gimli's the only dwarf ever to enter Valinor. It's crazy.
What is that place he entered?
Valinor is the place of the Valar, which are these archangel types that sort of form the world in music. And so it's just, you get to keep going.
Oh,
you learn about Arwen and Aragorn's marriage and their son and his death scene. Because he's a Númenórean, he chooses the time of his death. So he's, I don't know how old, he's like 180 or something. And he's like, this is the dormition of passing on. And he says something like, I leave you now, but there's hope beyond the rim of the world. It's like this idea of the eternal life that's coming. And yeah, you just don't want it to end. It makes you sad. It breaks your heart. But you come out refreshed. Like I come out wanting to be a better dad, wanting to love more, wanting to be more attentive to my kids, and get my kids in the journey. Have you read it to your kids?
Yeah, I read The Lord of the Rings back in the day to Liam and Avila when they were quite young. I used it just as an excuse to read it. Honestly, I supplemented it with the audio book at parts when I kind of got a little overwhelmed and the kids still wanted it.
Sure.
But so that was good. But this past year, I read it with a guy called Dr. Mike Welker, who's a big Lord of the Rings nerd. And so it was good to read that with him so I could ask him questions. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below letting us know what you thought about the video.